Best part of the movie, mi corazón. Hey guys, my name is Joseph Curtis, and if you love movies just as much as me, you have come to the right place. Now do me a huge solid and click that like and subscribe button. Also, if you want to follow me on the following social platforms, that would be great as well. Now, let's start talking about Bullet Train. 5 assassins aboard a fast-moving bullet train find out their missions have something in common. Let me start out by saying this. This character is the most annoying character of the year. Fantastic actress, Joey King, you're great. Just know that I hate your character. I don't hate you, but I'm pretty sure you are the worst character of the year. First things first, when it comes to the trailers, my gosh, I think every single time I went to the theaters, this trailer was playing. It was to the point where some of my friends would come talk to me being like, I mean, it looks good, but I'm really overseeing the same trailer over and over again. And here's hoping the marketing works and just gets people to go see this film, because honestly, I had such a fun time with this movie. But let's talk about the good. Let's talk about what worked with Bullet Train.
We'll ruin your life the way you ruin mine.
Dude, I don't even know you.
Bad Bunny. Oh, you'll know when you see this movie. Okay, he did okay in the film. I'm not going to say he was amazing, but he did all right. But I think he has the best scene in this film, personally, to me. Oh my God, you have to check it out. I won't say it. You just have to see it to believe it. When it comes to the moments that I actually really enjoyed in this film, was pretty much 70% of the sequences between Aaron Taylor Johnson and Brian Henry. They have such a great dynamic. Yeah, some of the comedy that they first have in the first 30 minutes doesn't quite hit right away. It just, something wasn't clicking for me, but later on you get their relationship. You just start to bond with them. You start to really feel this brotherhood between them. And I got a kick out of them for majority of the film. It was just that first 30 minutes. It was a little edgy, just something I couldn't get past. And then finally the writing got so much better for these characters. I absolutely love the dynamic between these two, especially Aaron Taylor Johnson. For me, he's one of the characters that stole the show. But if we're going to talk about anybody that stole the show for this film, Brad Pitt, holy crap, I love him so much. I love these roles that he's taking. It reminded me of the same kind of vibe with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where he is just laid back, just chilling, vibing, and that's exactly what he's doing in this film. He's an assassin named Ladybug. Well, that's his new name, and he just wants to bring peace into the world. He believes in this, and this whole film is about chance, it's about fate, it's about bad luck, good luck, and this whole entire sequence from beginning to end when he gets on this train, it's just a series of very inconvenient moments for him when he's just trying to do a simple job and it turns into one of the most chaotic jobs probably in his whole career. Almost every line that he had in this film, I was either chuckling or busted out laughing. I absolutely loved the vibe that Brad Pitt was going for with this film. Another character that I quite enjoyed, well, two characters, is the elder and the father. I instantly fell in love with these characters. Well, number one, I just love Mortal Kombat, the new one. I think it is such a fun film. It's not perfect, it has a lot of flaws, but one thing that was absolutely stunning in the film was the man who played Scorpion. And I'm gonna look at the name right now because I know I'm gonna butcher it. Still probably gonna butcher it right now. Hiroyuki Sanada, he played the elder. Oh my gosh. Epicness, especially in the third act with this specific character. I'm not going to say how he comes into play, but he is very vital when it comes to, that's it. I don't even want to say anything else. There are really awesome reveals in this film, especially when you get to the final 20-ish, 30 minutes of the film, and the elder is heavily involved in it. God, I loved him, and I loved Andrew Koji as the father. Great dynamic, and you buy in instantly about why they are here. Why specifically is Andrew Koji's character on the train. Now, like I said, there were some things that didn't quite work for me in this film, so let's get into it.
Not particularly, no.
Okay.
Within the opening sequence, I was right in. I was so in this story. And then there's other characters that are introduced that I fell in love with later on because you get to know more about them, you get to have more time spent with them. But for some reason, to me, it felt like there was a different writer in the first 30 to 40 minutes. The comedy was just not on point. I wasn't really laughing that much. And heck, even in my theater, there was maybe like 1 out of the 50 people that were there that might have chuckled maybe every 7 minutes. And let me tell you, they were throwing joke after joke. I mean, there is a lot of jokes in this, surprisingly a lot more than I thought. And I expected a lot of jokes. But trust me, there are more jokes, I think, than action in this film. So just be prepared for that. I just felt like the writing just wasn't as strong when it came to the comedic timing, specifically with Brian Henry's character and Aaron Taylor Johnson's. I loved them later on, especially in the second and third act. I really fell in love with them. But just for some reason, it really wasn't clicking for me. But when it comes to the writing, specifically the comedic writing and the comedic timing, the pacing does feel a bit dragged when you are introduced to these characters, but for some reason, it just felt a bit off. I can't really put anything else to it other than it didn't feel like the same writer. It got progressively better though. The writing definitely got better, especially leading into the beginning of the second act all the way to the end. Like I had a heck of a time for the last 80-90 minutes of this film. But for some reason, just wasn't working for me in that first 30-25 minutes. Other than that, Bullet Train is a fun film with a simple premise, some issues here and there, specifically in the first act with some comedic timing. But when the movie goes on and on, you start to really fall in love with these characters. And by the end of it, I had a good time. So if you love action movies and Brad Pitt, you're going to have a great time. And with that being said, I'm going to give Bullet Train a solid 8.5 out of 10. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this review. It really means a lot. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, don't forget to be blessed.